Imagine walking into any room and leaving exactly how you want. Calm, confident, and unapologetically yourself. No more replaying conversations or doubting every word, because it's not about being perfect, it's about owning your power with effortless grace. Sounds like a dream, right? But here's the truth. This kind of magnetic confidence isn't reserved for a lucky few. It's a skill you can learn, and today I'm going to show you exactly how. Hi guys, I'm Daria and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, this is a space where we dive deep into personal growth, build self-worth, and let go of anything that no longer serves us. Today we're unlocking the secret to real confidence, how to build it, flex it like a muscle, and most importantly, how to leave every room like you arrived, bold, unapologetic, and owning your power. Let's get into it. Chapter 1. The room is yours before you even walk in. You know what most people get wrong about confidence? They think it starts when they arrive, like it magically appears the moment they step inside. If confidence was just a switch you flip at the door, why do so many stand frozen at the entrance? Think about it. Have you ever walked into a room already flustered, doubting how you look, rehearsing what to say so you don't mess up? Yeah, that energy walks in with you. If you're carrying nervous mess energy, no outfit, no matter how fabulous, will do the trick. Confidence is the best accessory. Real confidence doesn't start in the room. It starts before you even step through the door. It's in the way you speak to yourself while you're getting ready, the way you stand in front of the mirror, and instead of tearing yourself apart, you decide, I'm the asset here. I'm the energy worth noticing. I'm enough just as I am. This is one of those moments where you can fake it till you make it, and that's okay. Because when you practice this quiet confidence in front of the mirror, speaking kindly to yourself, you're planting seeds. At first, it might feel a little forced or unfamiliar, but with time, that energy becomes real, natural you. The more you practice showing up for yourself in those private moments, the less you'll need to fake it, and the more effortlessly you will become the confidence everyone else notices. Confidence is not about being the loudest voice or the boldest outfit. It's about walking in with the quiet certainty that you bring value, even if you say nothing at all. Let's take Audrey Hepburn as an example. She wasn't the loudest person in the room. Far from it. She was naturally introverted, even shy at times, but she carried herself with a calm grace and unshakable belief in her own worth. Her confidence wasn't about demanding attention. It was about being so comfortable in her own skin that attention naturally flowed. Audrey teaches us that power doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's the softest voice in the room that leaves the most lasting impression. That's exactly why people feel your energy before they hear your voice. Make it unforgettable. When you carry yourself like you belong, people believe you do. And here's the truth. The room takes signals from you. If you act like you're worth noticing, they'll notice. If you act like you're an afterthought, well, they'll believe that too. Confidence isn't about performing, being everywhere for everyone, filling every silence so no one thinks you're boring. Here's the thing. When you stop trying to impress and start trying to express, the whole energy changes. Desperate energy is loud. Confident energy is calm. If you have to convince them you're impressive, they're not worth the effort. You're not walking into that room to audition for approval. You're there because you already have something to offer, whether that's your perspective, your presence, your ideas, or simply your aura. It's enough. You don't have to chase the spotlight. You're the spotlight. Walk in like the room was built around you. Chapter 2. Stop shrinking to fit. Let's be honest, sometimes it feels easier to dim your light. Just a little glow rather than risk casting a shadow on someone else's spotlight. You might find yourself laughing quieter, speaking softer, folding your opinions into neat little origami shapes nobody can unfold. It's not that you want to disappear, it's just, well, safer this way. Like wearing a too-tight dress to a party, you squeeze yourself smaller, hoping no one notices you're not quite comfortable. But here's the problem. Every time you shrink, a little piece of you gets lost in the process. People may not notice right away, but over time, they start forgetting you were ever there. And worse, you might start forgetting yourself too. That vibrant, bold, dazzling version of you, what happens to her? Did she slip quietly away while settling for a smaller role in someone else's story? Think about it. When you shrink, where does confidence come from? From that tight space where you're only half yourself? How can you stand tall, speak loud, or even own the room where you're not even honest with the person staring back at you in the mirror? Confidence isn't born from hiding. It's born from owning every inch of who you are, no matter how loud or messy or bright that might be. So ask yourself, If you're not fully showing up for yourself, where do you expect your power to come from? Confidence is not about being more than others. It's about no longer being less than yourself. Also, confidence isn't some mysterious gift. You build it by doing things that actually make you feel confident, like hitting the gym or doing work that feeds your soul. Think about it. If you're stuck grinding through a job that drains you or pushing yourself in a way that feels off, where's that confidence supposed to come from? Now, I'm not saying life is always simple or that you can quit your job tomorrow, but here's the truth. When you lean into what lights you up, your confidence follows. I know I'm a whole different person when I'm doing what I love. Going to the gym doesn't just make me feel good, it makes me feel stronger and eventually more confident. Creative work fuels my confidence because it makes my soul flourish. And of course, fashion is my passion. Putting on a killer outfit isn't just about looking good. It puts me in the right headspace to own the room. Confidence grows when you nurture your true self. So ask yourself, are you feeding your soul or starving it? Because the honest truth is, confidence grows best when the conditions are right. And listen, you're not a smaller version of yourself or anyone. If the room feels too tight, if your energy feels boxed in, it's not your job to shrink. It's their job to make space. Because when you show up as your fullest, brightest self, you don't just fill a seat, you redefine the whole table. And that is the kind of confidence that doesn't whisper. It commands a room with grace and fire. Chapter 3. Own the silence. Here's the thing about real power. Sometimes it's the words you don't say that speak the loudest. Sometimes the most magnetic thing you can do is stop rushing to fill the silence. Society loves to label silence as awkward, but only if you don't know how to wear it. It's easy to fall into the habit of thinking that silence needs to be patched up with chatter, a laugh, or an apology. But here's the truth. When you can sit in a moment of stillness, without fidgeting, without scrambling for words, you own the room without saying a thing. Silence isn't empty, it's magnetic. Think about it. Confidence isn't about how much you talk. It's about how much power your presence holds. Confidence is speaking when you have something to say and being silent when you don't. Those who are comfortable in silence aren't just calm, they're in control. Ever wonder why people say the loudest one in the room isn't the most confident? Because true confidence doesn't need to be everywhere at once. The loud ones often mistake volume for value, filling every pause so no one notices their insecurity. They chase attention. The truly confident command it without even trying. Let's take iconic women as an example. Monica Bellucci, Angelina Jolie, Audrey Hepburn. Do they storm into a room shouting that they're the most beautiful, the most talented, the most successful? No, they don't need to. They already know it, and you can feel it the moment they walk in. Their presence speaks before they do. That's the thing about real confidence. It's not broadcasted. It's embodied. Think about the person in a meeting who doesn't rush to speak. They sit back, listening, taking it all in, and when they do finally speak, everyone stops to listen. That's no accident. It's control. Silence is a signal. It says, I'm not here to prove anything. I'm here because I want to be. And that choice, that's true elegance. If you pause long enough, people will start wondering what you're thinking. Curiosity is power. Let them wonder. Let them lean in. Because when you finally break the silence, it's not just words. It's a moment. When you break a silence, don't rush. Start slower than you think you need to. Let your words roll out with intention. Keep your tone steady, your gaze anchored. That tiny delay between silence and speech makes people lean in, expecting something worth hearing, and then deliver exactly that. It's like pressing play after a pause in music. That first note always feels more powerful because of the quiet before it. Owning silence is about trusting your presence to speak louder than your voice. You don't need to scramble for validation in the space between sentences. Let the pauses breathe. Let them work for you. And remember, you're not just taking up space. You are the space. Make them feel it when you finally choose to fill it. Chapter 4. Confidence is a muscle. This is probably the most important part. Confidence isn't some magical gift you were born with. Sure, some people might have a natural charisma that turns head effortlessly, but true, powerful confidence, that's something you build, flex, and strengthen over time, like a muscle. The catch? It only grows when you actually use it. Sitting on the sidelines won't do the trick. Confidence is the reward you get for showing up before you feel ready. Waiting until you feel 100% fearless, 100% prepared, or 100% perfect, you'll be waiting forever. Fear doesn't vanish before you act. You learn to move forward with it. Every shaky step you take into an awkward conversation, every risky opinion you voice, every moment you want to disappear, but choose not to, that's where your confidence gets its workout. Think back to when you first tried to do something new, that nerve-wracking presentation, the first time you spoke your truth, or simply walking into a room full of strangers. That tight chest, sweaty palms, racing thoughts, that's fear. But every single time you push through, you're doing the equivalent of reps at the confidence gym. I remember the first time I went to the gym, to be honest, I didn't feel 100% confident. I didn't even know how half of the machines worked. I felt shy and uncomfortable, thinking, how will I look? What will they think of me? But here's the thing. I only needed to push myself through that very first day. After that, with every visit, I felt more and more at ease. Eventually, I walked into the gym, owning the space like it was mine. And here's a little hack if you're worried about what will they think of me, which really helped me. Think about this. When you're caught up in your own thoughts and self-consciousness, most people around you are doing the exact same thing. Everyone's busy focusing on themselves, not really judging you. This mindset shift can be a game changer, helping you move through so many moments with less fear and more ease. And let's be real, confidence is uncomfortable at first. It's awkward and raw, but that discomfort, it's proof you're growing. When you're avoiding that discomfort, you miss out on growth. So next time you feel like shrinking, remember this. You don't become confident by avoiding discomfort. You build it by showing up again and again, proving to yourself that you can handle whatever comes your way. Confidence isn't a destination, it's a practice. It's a daily workout of courage, resilience, and self-trust. And just like a muscle, some days you'll feel strong, other days a bit shaky, but every effort counts. So lace up your metaphorical sneakers, step into the arena, and flex that confidence muscle, because you're stronger than you think. And every time you show up, you get a little stronger still. Chapter 5. Leave like you arrived. Confidence isn't just about how you enter a room, it's equally about how you leave it. The moments after you walk out are often when your true power shows. If you find yourself endlessly replaying conversations or second-guessing your every word or smile, you're handing over control to others. You're giving them the power to define your story, your worth. And that's exactly the opposite of confidence. True confidence is about leaving on your own terms, with your head held high, knowing you showed up exactly as you intended. No more, no less. Confidence is not seeking approval after the fact. It's walking away already proud of who you were. When you let go of the need for validation, you reclaim your mental energy, your focus, and your freedom. Think of iconic women like Angelina Jolie. Her presence isn't just about the grace with which she enters a room. It's also about the quiet, lasting impression she leaves behind when she walks away. She doesn't need to try hard or fill the space with noise. Her confidence lingers effortlessly long after she's gone. That's the kind of confidence we're talking about, the kind that isn't loud or performative, but steady and unforgettable. It teaches us that true power comes from being fully yourself, so secure in your worth that you don't need to chase approval or control how others remember you. You simply own the moment, both when you arrive and when you leave. Imagine this. You've just left a party, a meeting, or a conversation. Instead of spiraling into, did I say too much, or did they like me? You remind yourself that your presence was your gift. You gave what you wanted to give, and that's enough. Because confidence isn't about winning everyone over, it's about owning your own worth without apology. Next time you leave a conversation or event, try this. Don't immediately scroll your phone or replay the moment in your head. Instead, take a deep breath, smile to yourself, and remind yourself, you gave what you wanted, and that's more than enough. Here's the beautiful irony. The less you obsess over how others see you, the more magnetic you become. People can sense when you're relaxed in your own skin, when you're not grasping for approval, but instead radiating quiet assurance. That kind of confidence leaves a lasting impression, not because it demands attention, but because it commands respect. If they're still talking about you after you've left, you did something right. But remember, it's not about creating noise or drama. It's about making your presence felt with grace and authenticity, leaving behind an aura, not a footprint. So here's the final truth. The most confident person in the room is never the one desperately trying to win it. It's the one who knows they'll be just fine, with or without it. Because true confidence is unshakable. It doesn't depend on applause or approval. It's the calm certainty that you are enough exactly as you are. Leave like you arrived, bold, unbothered, and unapologetically you. This is it for today's video. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up as your bold, beautiful self. You're enough just as you are. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram for more inspiration, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay confident and keep shining.